This is a hard guy to get to. This guy's busy.
All right.
Yeah, dude, you got a busy schedule.
No, that's great, though.
So today in the studio, we got a special treat for our viewers and for the viewers at Stretch Plus as well, for their members. We have Eric, the owner and founder of Stretch Plus, located in
Hi,
Verona.
Eric. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's go.
Yeah. This is an exciting podcast because I have to be honest with you, Eric. The whole stretch concept, I mean, I've always known for my kids because they play sports, they've always had that luxury, I guess, of trainers and stretching. And I always, used to wonder years ago, I'm talking, when you'd see somebody who's really fit, but they're just not flexible, right? I guess they can't move.
How do they move?
Yeah, or
Like
even,
robots.
touch their toes kind
Yeah.
of thing, So this whole stretch thing it's so interesting to me.
Yeah.
So can you tell everybody what you do?
So we specifically do fascial stretch therapy. They actually just renamed it. The founders renamed it to Frederick Stretch Therapy because they trademarked it. So what it is, in as short form as possible, it's a more dynamic based stretch. So it's very rhythmic. It's a dance with the body. It's not static. So we're not just kind of holding over you, counting to 10, and then putting you in a new position. It's just completely fluid, based on what we feel with your body.
I was going to ask you what static stretching is.
So
I didn't know that. I
yes.
saw that term, but I wasn't sure what it meant.
So static stretching is literally just holding position for 5 to 10, 15 seconds and then coming back out of it. Like I said, the difference between that and what we do is we're not holding you in a specific position for 10 to 15 seconds. We're actually moving you around in different positions, primarily focusing on the joints and being able to move you through different ranges of motion to open up the joints, get good blood flow back into your body without having to hold and count, to 10. And at some point, that could eventually hurt you. So like I said, it sounds crazy, but it is a dance with the body. It's beautiful. It's honestly like art to me.
I have to tell you, anybody who's come to you, they come out raving.
Thank you.
They absolutely do. They tell me it's really unbelievable, and that's the reason why we wanted to have you on the podcast.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, 100%. And because people are sitting down all day long, too.
Exactly.
So their hips are
And
closed.
At my age, I'm
Correct.
feeling that when I get up. Sometimes if I'm sitting for too long.
32, 33 right now, Ma, right?
42, tell the truth.
I thought it was 23.
Thank you, Eric. Having Eric back. But so let me ask you, do people come to you with an injury or is it more preventative?
It's a mix of everything. So it is preventative. Some people come post-injury or they supplement it with their physical therapy. A lot of people just do it now for their everyday just to feel better. And I think that's where this industry is going, is people want to come see us because they want to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
They want to live better. They want to live longer. So majority of our people come to us as a way to now put that in their routine with lifting so they can recover faster. Like they're able to wake up with no pain.
Mm-hmm.
They could get through their day-to-day with no pain. That's basically what we see the most of.
It's funny, too, because I was talking to Frank Generelli from MST and Joey. Like, back in the early 2000s, no one was doing a hang clean or stretching the way they were stretching today.
Nope.
Fitness has come so far now where if you saw someone doing a hang clean, it was an Olympic lifter or an NFL athlete.
Yep.
And now you have, the regular person going to work 9 to 5 doing hang cleans, split
Correct.
squats, all that stuff.
It's kind of now to the masses because I always felt, too, that bodybuilders knew the body and nutrition way before any physician did.
The bro
or
science.
Yeah, well,
nutrition.
that's super
Yeah.
bro science. Like,
Like,
that's on another level.
That's incredible science. Like they were really at the forefront of that.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
whole industry, and now it's more mainstream.
Yeah, and it's more performance-based science. Like science evolves every single day, and what we do is more performance-based movement, and that is really what we're seeing the industry go towards, more of that injury prevention, like human performance and movement, not just sticking to your typical bodybuilding exercise anymore unless you're into that specific type of lifting.
Okay, so what I was going to ask you is what's the difference between you and a physical therapist?
So that's a great question. So we kind of live in that gray area with what I do, right? You're going to a physical therapist specifically for what you need. And I like to describe myself as restorative training. So it's on the cusp of correctives and performance. I started as a trainer 10 years ago as a performance coach, and I've evolved into what I do now based on trying to help people just being to help them move and perform at their highest level. So if that means I have to, combine corrective exercising with human performance and live in that gray area, then that's exactly what I have to do, or in general. But
That's awesome.
there's a difference. It's kind of similar, some PTs could love and hate us, but we all work together at the end of the day.
I can see that kind of push-pull relationship.
At the end of the day, in my opinion, you need to work with other people and be able to work with other people to help reach a certain goal for that specific person.
It's not a one-size-fits-all.
Exactly.
Because we had Mike Adams on the podcast, and as an NFL athlete, you're getting the stem, the stretching, the massage,
Correct.
the chiropractic.
Yep.
Like, it's not just
Exactly.
go to see a PT and then that's it.
And PT is going to give you exercises to do, right? And then that's why you continue on your training with a trainer or a PT who does performance training, and then you continue on and get that human performance back and evolve that through corrective and the right type of training.
So can you strengthen the muscle during stretching,
So
or is it?
What we do, we're not technically strengthening any muscle. We're restoring movement.
Like a Pilates?
Kind of, yeah, kind of like a Pilates. But Pilates is more, I've done it a few times, slowed down. And it's more strength, like kind of tendon training, which is great for athletes especially. But it's more, for what we do, is more restoring movement. And then if we were to do any type of training after, then we would strengthen them in the new ranges of motion that they have through the training that we do.
And the same as far as yoga?
Yes. But more controlled based joint mobility and types of movement.
Okay.
That would equate to more muscle too, right? If you can move the muscle better.
Correct.
You'll get more range of motion on your lifts.
Exactly. Way more range of motion, recover faster.
Because I realize too, my hips are so tight that I can't get fully into a squat.
Yep.
So I don't have a full range of motion. So I will be seeing Eric by next week.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
No, I mean, listen, people are going to laugh, but you see somebody who jogs a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have such pain. They're in pain all the time.
Well, runners are in
So
pain all
if
the
you
time.
had to recommend for somebody starting out, what is the best exercise to start with? Walking, yoga.
I'd tell anyone a long ass walk.
Yeah, right?
A long
Dude,
ass
yes.
walk. They
Yeah.
call it LAW, a
Yeah.
long ass walk.
Long ass walk. I like that.
Just go for a long
Low
walk.
impact. Yeah.
Exactly. It is the best thing you could do.
It is the
in
best,
my opinion.
right?
One of the best, yes.
I wear a 40-pound weighted vest now on my walks,
There you
and
go.
I love it.
See, and that's how you progress, right?
Exactly.
You progress that way.
It looks a little crazy down a busy street,
I'm
but
sure
that's
it is,
weird.
it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it almost looks like you're wearing a military
It looks
vest.
like I'm like
People
SWAT or
probably are
something.
people probably looking like, what's going on with that guy?
It's crazy, but hey,
Hey,
I
it works,
like it.
man.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for watching The Ideal Experience. If you or anyone you know needs to lose weight, I have helped my clients lose over 60,000 pounds in the last 12 years. Give us a call. The office number is 973-486-6928. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
So, but your business though is very, very unique and robust. So, when did you guys start?
So we opened up 3 years now. We actually started, our name was Built to Perform. That was our first name. We started in Cedar Grove inside of a CrossFit gym called Limitless Performance and Therapy, CrossFit Cedar Grove. We started in one single room, just me and my fiance, switching on and off, taking different clients back and forth. And then March 20th, we moved to Alpha Fit Club in Verona. We grew into a bigger space. We have 2 rooms, and I rebranded as Stretch Plus because, in my opinion, I've thought, what are people's, what do they think we do? They hear Built to Perform. What do they think we do? Training, we're not being specific here.
I would think training.
And we did do training, but the majority of our business is Fascial Stretch Therapy. So a friend of mine, Tim, shout out Tim, he had given me the idea to rebrand, and we're shooting names back and forth to each other, and he said Stretch Plus. I was like, that's it.
It's awesome.
Because
It's
it
an
can
awesome
grow
name.
from there. It's plus what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the whole purpose. We have massage therapy now, so that plus stands for that. The plus
Right.
can stand for our training. And as we continue to grow and get into our space, I would love to have all the other wellness modalities, acupuncture, Reiki, all that. So the plus stands for anything. And there's all these other stretch places out there, so I want to stand out a little bit more.
Are there really?
There's a good amount.
It's almost like
Yeah.
those liquid IVs now. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yeah,
They're
yeah.
all over the place.
They're all over.
Come to your
I don't
house.
ever see stretch.
They're popping up. There's
They're
one right down
popping
the
up.
street.
Well, the good thing
Yeah,
for you is that any stretch thing it always goes back to Eric.
I hope
Everybody, I mean,
I
that's
hope so.
Stretch and Eric, those two names.
The
go
branding
together.
too is so. Who made the
Thank
logo?
you. So my best friend, he owns a printing company, and he does branding, and he does all my stuff. He does all my T-shirts, my brochures,
Yeah.
all my marketing material. He came up with the logo.
Yeah, it's a great logo.
Yeah, I told him this is the colors that I want because our old colors that built before him were white and orange.
Mm-hmm.
I said I want to keep the color scheme. Figure it out. Let's do it.
Because once I saw you guys on Instagram. That's how I found you guys, and you guys are all over the place now. Like your videos are awesome because you're plugging in too with gyms as well.
Yes.
Which is very cool.
Yep.
To build your brand. You guys scaled. It seems like so. I don't know your numbers obviously, but you guys seem like you scaled so freaking quickly.
Very quickly. I kind of. So long story short, I was a phys ed teacher full time for 4 years,
Mhm.
and
What
I was
grade?
Elementary in Patterson. So I was doing that. Before I was doing that, I was training full time, building my client base, coaching basketball, going to get my master's, got my teaching, was doing that, getting up, teaching, going back home, stretching, training, repeat, do it all over again. And then COVID happened. I was able to go part-time as a teacher, and that was kind of a blessing in disguise because I was literally teaching from home, doing nothing. Sorry, hope they don't hear that.
No,
Working like an hour a day on the computer, doing Zoom teaching, and then stretching all day long. And I was like, it's time. So last year was my first year all in the business, and it goes to show you when you put your heart and soul in something, anything's possible. And from there, we're 6 employees deep, myself, my fiance, and 4 others.
That's awesome.
So it grew fast, and it goes to show you that, like I said, putting yourself in it, all in,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it happened fast.
Are you getting to the point now where employees are reaching out to you to come work for you, or are you going after the employees?
So
still?
I'm going after people. The thing with that is people who have this specific certification, they like to work for themselves. It's tough to find a team, and it's tough to find us in general. So it's been hard it hasn't been hard finding employees. We've been blessed to have 2 coaches at Alpha who were our clients and then fell in love with it and wanted to get certified. So they did, and then they started working with us. One of our best friends from home, she was one of our clients, also a phys ed teacher, yoga instructor, fell in love with it, got certified, now works with us. And then we just recently reached out to someone on the directory, and it just was luck. She was looking for a team and to do this more often, and we just started her like 2 weeks ago.
That's
so
awesome.
like we've been lucky and blessed at the same time for that, because it's not easy to find us, and it's not easy to find people that want to be part of a team and grow that way.
No, but that's how you do it though. That's how you need a team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially
especially what you guys do. It's all service based too, so it's not like you can't leverage.
And it's one
just
on one.
Yourself. Yeah, it's one on one.
Exactly. So you can't do the whole group. That group.
The yoga,
fitness
fitness studios could do that because it's like a class, but it's hard to do a class with.
Exactly.
Yours is very personal.
Yes, and I do host mobility classes here and there, but that's just through some of my athletes. I just have them come in because we have a little bit of a bigger spot. But in the long run, the idea is to have full-on yoga, fitness, and mobility classes all in one in that holistic fitness type of center.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I love that. I think that's grown leaps and bounds. But I liked your Instagram because a lot of businesses, you look on their Instagram page and you really don't know what they're doing, right? What is this business?
Yeah.
I did at first. But you intrigued me to keep going, and then I figured it out.
That's awesome.
So I like that because I didn't just say, "Oh, that's what they do," and move.
Yeah.
It caught my attention.
That's good
I should
feedback.
say. Yeah, it's great, right?
It
caught my feed. It caught me, and then I just scrolled through. Then I understood it.
Awesome.
So that was whoever's doing that for you guys
That's
too.
me.
That's you.
So far, I wear all the hats.
Wow.
I'm wearing every single hat. My fiance does a little bit of the social media, but like I said, she works full time still. So I'm still learning how to be an owner. Still learning how to be a boss. I don't want to say I'm learning how to be an employee but I'm still doing everything I have to do for my business, for my team and all that.
So let's talk about your business. So a customer walks in for the first time.
Yep.
What do you do? Like, how do you take them down the path of stretching?
How do you assess them?
So everything's done online first. They sign up online. They fill out the intake form. They sign the waivers. They come in. by that point, I already know what's going. If there's any prior injuries or whatnot, so we have that conversation real quick. We just kind of scan it. They come in and we do a little movement check. I had created a little movement assessment that I try to have everybody do, so we're on the same page. We check your squat, we check your internal external rotation of the hips, we check your shoulder rotation, we check your range of motion and your toe touch, just little things like that. And then we put them on the table. I do a hands-on assessment where I'll actually guide them into positions just to kind of get a feel for where they're at. I make those notes in my mind. I put them down on a piece of paper afterward, and then I just go. We start to stretch.
And how long's the session?
We have 30 minutes or 60 minutes. Everyone's first time is actually 30% off for the hour. So we give them that full body experience. They get to see the whole experience, feel everything, and then they go from there.
So what does it feel like after a stretch session? Is it like a massage that you're completely...
It's like a massage on steroids.
Because to me, I have to go from a massage to good night.
Yeah.
I can't just go function.
Yeah, you will feel nice. Most people feel relaxed. They get off the table, and I always say you'll be moonwalking like Michael Jackson. You're going to be floating. Most of the time, you're going to be relaxed. You're going to be. You might feel tired, but you get a surge of energy.
That's
and
awesome.
You'll have the best night's sleep of your life. I guarantee it.
What's the most
Yeah.
tight or most injury that you see when someone walks in? Is it like
we
the
see
hips,
a lot of
ankles?
lower back
pain
and injuries is what we see most. We get a lot of knee injuries, but we don't specifically treat injuries like we've mentioned before. Like we have a PT that I will outsource them to deal with that, and then they come back. The PT will reach out to us, let us know what's going on, and then we just we work around it with what we have to do.
It's crazy. Like no other business out there has decided to just do stretching. You know what I mean? It's always chiropractic, physical therapy, massage.
No, it's crazy to me. I love it.
He found a niche, which is
it's
so
such
cool.
a niche.
Yeah, and I mean there's a stretch lab. They're out like that's a big
Stretch
franchise
lab,
right now.
them,
But like I said before,
where are they? I've never seen a stretch lab.
Right down the street.
Really?
And there's gonna be one in Verona. But they just don't do the same thing as we do, and that's how we're different. And you have to try both to understand that, in my opinion. You just can't, you could see it in a video probably, but you just have to feel the difference.
What's difference? Or what's the difference, would you say?
Our method. Our method is true, and it's true, and it's taught well. We go to an actual course. So Chris and Aunt Frederick are the two husband and wife who created this. They're based out of Arizona. And they also have a branch in Toronto, so you go to either one of those places for a week. So you're gone for a whole week. There's 3 different levels, so you got to go back and eventually finish your level 3. So it's an in-depth course, a week long, and it's nonstop learning and hands-on. So the education behind it is far beyond what any other, in my opinion, stretch place you'll get there.
No, I get that, Eric, because that's the same with Ideal Protein. Their training is impeccable.
Yep.
And the coaches are, and they
not
live
cookie cutter.
Yeah,
it's not cookie cutter.
Not.
It's not a franchise where you're just hiring anybody off the street to fill hours.
Exactly.
Or it's completely different.
Yes.
So I do understand that.
Yeah, it's a life-changing experience too. So I mean, because of them, I have a business.
Right.
So
Who's your most? I know it's probably basketball, but who's like your top athlete that comes in? Mostly basketball.
Mostly basketball, because I actually played basketball, played in college, coached high school at Weehawken. Have a lot of really awesome mentors in that space, and that's why I started. I started training because I wanted to help athletes. I wanted to help basketball players specifically because I was one, and from there, just kind of built my connections in that space, and that's who I mostly work with now.
Yeah, because the jumping, I saw some videos and like the ankle mobility.
Yeah, that's what my guy Tyson. He actually just signed with the Atlanta Hawks. Awesome.
There you go.
Yeah, one of the best kids. Hard worker.
That's cool too. Like for
Good for
your
him.
business, you're gonna get higher and higher and higher. The more your athletes get.
We're never
going
going
to
to get you back on the podcast,
No,
Eric.
we will.
It's going to be tough.
we will
Don't
always
speak to
find
my
time.
assistant. How about bands? You like bands? People working out with bands?
I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I think there's better ways, but I don't think there's
You
anything
do.
wrong with them.
What's a better way?
Just grab a dumbbell.
Really?
Move, yeah. grab a dumbbell, grab some free weights, grab a barbell.
Yeah.
Depending on what your goal is.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you work with supplements? Do you ever advise people on supplements for their muscles?
So, because we're in the stretch business, collagen,
yeah.
I always say it the wrong way, but that is a big supplement I tell people to take for their tissues and their connective tissues because it helps strengthen it. I don't work specifically with a brand. I have like a little discount code thing with ProMix. I enjoy their.
They're newer, right? Now
They're newer,
ProMix,
yeah. Yep. I enjoy their products, but I don't have like a specific brand that I like work with hand in hand.
Other than collagen, would you recommend another supplement?
I mean,
A good vitamin.
Good vitamins,
multivitamin.
good multivitamin. I would always recommend taking some bone marrow, stuff like that. That's also really good for
the joints,
for you, the joints and all that. Good protein, something clean. I don't really do much, so I don't recommend to people what I don't do.
Right.
And I also not a nutritionist, so I don't like to tell people what to do. I'd rather recommend them to someone that can help them further, because I like to stay in my scope of practice.
No, I understand that.
Where do you see Stretch Plus in the next 5 years?
In a huge ass place, probably known as the best holistic fitness center in New Jersey. I hope.
That's amazing.
I hope, yeah, it will be.
That's
no,
awesome.
I have no doubt.
Yeah.
Eric, I mean, everybody knows you, and it's been since March 20th.
I hope so. I mean, I just moved to Verona too, so
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
Tell everybody where you're located.
So we're located on Bloomfield Ave, 560 Bloomfield Ave in Verona, New Jersey, on the second floor of Alpha Fit Club, which is another awesome gym that just moved into Verona. So we currently work on the second floor.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are there different types of stretching?
In what way? And what do you just in assisted stretching, like what I do, or just?
Yeah, do you stretch? Do you use different methods? I guess for stretching people.
So the only method I use is that method that I'm certified in. It's Fascial Stretch Therapy. It's the more dynamic spot. So that's what it's called, and that's the only thing I'll use in my sessions.
And that's different than other types of stretching.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you add load to your stretches at all, like weight?
No,
at all?
Not while I stretch somebody, but because really the load is my body.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could put people in deeper positions with leverage of my body, but I never have them hold weights or anything.
Yeah,
well,
good point.
I guess what I mean too, like, do you physically stretch somebody, or are you standing there telling them how to stretch?
Physically,
he's hands-on.
Yeah, we are hands-on completely. So, you are like this. Just enjoying life.
Okay, so there's not, like, you're not saying to somebody, get off the table now and touch your toes, that kind of stretching.
No, but if I do work off the table, it's more of it's more mobility, so it's more movement that you are doing yourself, but it's a little bit more in depth than just stretching. So I'm also certified in a thing called functional range conditioning. It's a mobility modality that teaches you how to use your range of motion through your own physical tension and movement. So it's a lot to explain. It's easier to see it.
Yeah.
Right. So let me ask you, because I'm always straightening up. Is stretching good for posture?
100%.
Could you change somebody's posture from stretching?
I could help somebody's posture, but you have to help yourself after.
Right.
I could only lead you to the water.
To the water. I always say that too.
You can't fix anything without doing your own homework.
Right. It's nothing an hour or two.
Exactly.
Well, how many times should people come see you?
So we have, ideally, once a week is great. We have people that see us once a week. I have some people that come twice a week. I also have people that come twice a month or once a month. So it depends on you, what your means are, what you can do. And it's also.
What do you recommend, though? I mean,
I'm
sure that people
on the
coming
lower
once
end,
a month is not great.
No, I recommend twice a month at minimum.
At minimum.
Okay.
Okay.
Like every other week. Think of it as like an oil change for your body, but a little bit. You don't get an oil change twice a month, but.
So twice a month for you, but like at home, what do you prescribe?
For myself?
For anybody, when they come in.
So when they come in, I'll prescribe them, like I give them the minimum effective dose of 2 times a month, I'll tell them. And then I also have, our platform is an app, and I have kind of like mobility stuff that you could do on that, and I'll give that to them if you're a member with us as homework so they can have access to it, and then they could do stuff on their own.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Dr. Metzel did, the
Yeah.
orthopedic.
That's COVID friendly too. God forbid if we ever go back into that,
God forbid.
the dark depths of your
Yep.
basement.
You can thank COVID for that. I did
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Listen, COVID was bad, but it really, look at what came out of COVID.
Exactly.
Right? People
You gotta pivot.
adapt and
Yep.
pivot. Yeah,
gotta pivot.
exactly.
Exactly.
So what's the cost of
So
something like
we
this?
have different tiers. So our just flat out single session 30 minutes is $60, an hour is 120, and then we have a 4-pack for the 30 minutes is 200, 4-pack for the 60 minutes is 400, and then we have 3 different memberships. The memberships works like a gym membership. It's a use or lose basis. We have a dynamite tier, which is 4 times a month for an hour. That starts at $320 a month. We have a gold.
That's not bad.
That's not too bad. It's good savings.
That's affordable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good savings. We have a gold membership. So there's 2 options in the gold. It's either 4 30-minute sessions or 2 60-minute sessions. You pick which one. That's at $179 a month. And then we have the silver, which is either 1 60-minute session a month or 2 30s, and that's $99.99.
Okay.
So there's 3 tiers. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can put all of Eric's information on the
100%.
on the podcast.
It's great for our dieters too because it's the first
Well,
step.
this is my next thing going
Yeah.
into the podcast too, because
Yeah.
I always tell clients especially when they're on the program, they can't really be lifting weights
Okay.
doing the
For
program.
the first couple
right?
of weeks.
Gotcha.
Well, really, weights because we put them into a nutritional
Okay.
ketosis, so
Gotcha.
they shouldn't be doing that. But the walking is great.
Yeah,
The
because you can still
stretching
lose
is
the weight.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, yoga, Pilates, things
Love
like that.
yoga. Yep.
I always tell them, but this is something even better to add for them.
Yes, absolutely. Because it's
You know,
passive.
it's kind of like the marriage of ideal protein and stretching. It's
Yep.
perfect.
It is, and it's like I said, it's passive. They're not doing anything. They're
Right.
laying there. They're just
Yeah.
enjoying life. That's it.
Do you ever find that people coming to you that hated exercise, they start to stretch, and then all of a sudden it catapults them into they want to start exercising?
So we haven't had anyone who hated it, but people who are just in a rut and don't have that the
Motivation?
motivation to exercise. This has helped them find that motivation.
I love that.
Because it goes deeper than stretching what we do, right? The fascia is connected to our emotions. And when you release fascia, you release emotions. You could either release something that, something you're holding in for forever. You could release something that makes you happy. There's a lot of connections that it has to the mind, body, and the soul. And that's a bigger reason why we all at Stretch Plus, I could probably speak for everyone, love what we do, because it's not just stretching. We're helping you heal anything if there is anything that you need to heal.
It's an experience.
Correct. Yep.
That's awesome.
So that's why I really love what we do. And that's why what we do is so effective, because you have those experiences with people where they might cry on the table and let go of something, and you just help them
Really?
get over something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what, and again,
That's
a
really
lot
cool,
of
dude.
people that
Yes.
come in
Yeah,
that's
here
really cool.
have issues or
Yeah, yeah.
things that are bothering them that don't allow them to stay on the program and follow it.
Yeah.
So that's an amazing.
Nobody walks
benefit.
into this office with the right mindset because they wouldn't be coming to you or us if they were.
Correct. Exactly.
So there's stuff you have to fix and to get over that hump and,
Yeah. They're looking.
Change their mindset,
Exactly.
change a lot of things, right?
They're looking for help without asking for help,
Mhm.
so to speak, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Stretch
Exactly.
Plus, what's the word? Therapy, but not physical therapy.
Well, it is kind of physical therapy.
It's
Yeah, yeah, but even
mental
more.
mental
Mental,
therapy.
It's
mental,
therapy.
yeah.
Well, yep, and that's the
That's pretty cool.
yeah, and that's the big in this world today too. We already know mental health is a
Huge
problem.
problem.
That's why I'm trying to push. I don't want to say push, but show that stretching is deeper than just what it looks like on the surface.
Yeah.
It helps everything on the inside.
See, that's so important to know
Exactly.
because people that are thinking, do I really want to stretch? Maybe that'll
Yes.
help them make the decision to do it.
Yep.
You know.
I agree.
Oh wow, that's pretty emotional.
It is. It's deep.
It is deep.
It is, but that's what makes it special. That's
Yeah.
what makes me love what I do, for that reason. Yeah.
So you're on top of Alpha. On the top, there's a
second
top floor,
There's
second
there's a
floor.
second floor. The old Terry's Pharmacy.
Yeah,
if you're
Terry's
from
Pharmacy,
Verona,
but I
yeah.
didn't even know they had a second floor.
They had a second floor up there, and it's nice now.
Yeah, what are they putting in the front of the building?
So they're using the front as a headquarters for Alpha. So Alpha is franchising. They sold a bunch currently. They sold about 8 franchises.
To who?
To a bunch of different areas, Bergen County, Old Bridge, Glen Rock. So Ramsey's opening up, Short Hills, maybe Jersey City. There's a bunch. I'd have to go back and look.
God bless
But
you.
but there's about to be 8. There's about to be 16. There's about to be 24 of these because all these people had bought territory. So you'll be seeing these pop up everywhere.
Because that guy, I think his name's Chris too, from Exponential.
Yes,
You know him? He bought Allison Beardsley's company, Club Pilates.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
He bought a lot. They own Stretch Lab.
That guy's a killer, dude.
Yes.
He's young, but that guy's a killer.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got 13 brands right now. He's got all Club Pilates.
It's crazy.
I can't even name them right now because I'm drawing a blank. But
AKT,
Row House,
Dance, Row House.
What's the spin one?
Cycle Bar.
Cycle Bar is his.
Yeah.
The guy who
He's young 30s too.
Is he?
He's that guy is killing it.
the guy who owns, or one of the guys who owns Alpha in Verona, I think Gia was going to work out with him. We watched a YouTube video on him.
Sam?
On him.
Yeah, Sam.
That's my buddy
yeah.
Sam. Yep.
Sam.
Yep.
Nice
That's
guy.
Nice dude. Young, hungry, has the right people behind him, and has a good vision.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool. Did you ever see
Yeah.
the video on him on YouTube?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm very loyal to MST.
Yeah,
That's fine. That's fine.
Listen,
He says,
Joey-
I worked
they're
out
great
there for
my
guys.
toy is right there. The Navy
Oh,
SEAL.
Joey, yeah,
there's
Joey's
Joe.
on the wall. You can
Yeah.
see him on the wall. Yeah, they're great guys.
Oh, the best.
Went there a few times when Mandy was coaching there.
Joey's story is incredible too. I
Frank
mean,
is.
his world record. You heard about the world record, right?
Oh,
For
Joey.
Murphs?
Yeah.
Dude.
I stretched Joey. Chelsea and I stretched Joey. We know Joey very well.
Yeah.
He is a monster,
No, you
man.
can
He's a
curse.
monster.
Nuts.
He's such. I love him.
Yeah.
He takes things when he works out to the next level.
He's
Like doing
nuts.
Murphs for 24 hours straight, getting rhabdo.
I'm good. I'll sit back, man. I'm okay. I don't need to do that.
Some people can't work out for an hour. This guy's peeing
20
out blood.
I get
Halfway
tired
through.
listening to him.
Crazy.
And Frank is, Frank.
Yeah, he's getting up at 2:30 now, Frank.
That's crazy.
He's just another animal.
Just a beast.
2:30
I
to
heard
do
a lot.
what?
To start working out.
Did you ever
2:30?
see that TikTok video of the woman who opens up her front door and she has a cup of coffee in her hand and their neighbor's running? It's early in the morning. And she's like, "Are you okay? Is
Yeah.
somebody chasing you?"
There's times 'cause
2:30.
our house is right by MST. It's a couple blocks down.
Okay,
so
so
I'll
yeah.
see Frank doing the craziest shit,
Like,
like holding things and like
Yeah.
he's just
Another level. That's another level.
Whole
That's another
different
mindset right there.
yeah.
I saw him
Crazy
working
stuff.
a bunch of kids out running up and down Lakeside. It was funny.
That's
Yeah.
It
fun.
was funny. Well, Eric, I can't thank you enough for coming in and,
No,
and
thank
telling
you
us all
guys.
about stretch and
I appreciate you guys giving
It's
me
awesome,
a
dude.
platform to
It's-
chat about it.
yeah, I'm going to come see you.
Please.
Absolutely.
You have to.
What's the appointment like getting in with you?
At least
Are
a
you-
week ahead of time.
God
And
bless
change.
you.
Yeah.
that's going to
At
change
least.
too.
That's going to change.
I hope so. At least a week ahead of time.
Because it has to be exhausting for you too. Like, is there a certain amount of people you can see in a day?
So the way I set my schedule up, I go from about 8 to 12. I take a little 2-hour break, 3-hour break, but during the summertime, that's when I fit in my athletes. So there's really no break in the summer. And then I'm back at it from 3 to 7 at night.
But that's
So
like
I
stretching
see-
people is tough.
Yeah, I see probably anywhere between 8 on a really good day, 12. Between 30 minutes and 60 minutes. So it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Hopefully at some point we could shave that down and, build up a bigger team. But I love it.
You're on your
I
way,
love
my
it, man.
friend.
I'm moving as fast as I can.
No, you definitely are. So you're going to make a promise right here, right now, that you come back and see us
Yes, whenever you want.
when I can't
promise.
get you on the phone because.
Sorry it took us 3 weeks. But
Yeah.
No, that's okay. No, I
Like I
understand.
said, he's a busy guy.
You're a busy guy. God bless.
man,
God
no.
bless. But
Thank
thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming
I
on.
appreciate you.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
guys. Thank you guys.
Thanks.